welcome to Chaplain Chat. I'm back in my office right now, and we are on the jail. We're on a journey. It's called A Journey to the Cross, and we're taking a look at the events in the life of Jesus during the last week of his life, which we call that Holy Week, which begins the last Sunday of March. Holy Week is always right before Easter, and we started the journey by looking at the triumphal entry where Jesus comes riding in on a donkey in Jerusalem, and you know that. But I had to share, and my son, if he's watching this, he knows what I'm going to talk about, because sometimes I've called that Sunday Hoota Sunday, and I have to tell you why. And Andrew knows that I have to talk about Hoota Sunday, and again, I'm sharing in the jail. It was on a Palm Sunday. I was preaching and a church in Washington, and a church we've been at for a few years, and got done preaching about the triumphal entry, and I'm getting in the car, and Gail is in the front seat. Andrew is about 5 years old. Erica's probably about 3.5 or so, and they're in the back seat. And all of a sudden, Andrew, I'll never forget this, he goes, "Hoota, Hoota." And Gail and I are looking at each other, and he goes, "Hoota, Hoota." And I think I said something like, "Andrew, what are you saying?" And he takes out a little palm branch that he made in Sunday school, and he goes, "I'm doing Hoota to Jesus, Hoota to Jesus." And I said, "Oh, Andrew, did you mean to say Hosanna?" And then Andrew goes, "Oh yeah, Hosanna, Daddy, Hosanna, Hosanna to Jesus." Well, I thought about that all year. I thought that was kind of humorous. And so the next year, I'm still back to church, and it's Palm Sunday. And I shared about the people yelling Hosanna in the streets. And some of those people yelling Hosanna in the streets may have been very well some of the same people towards the end of the week are going to be yelling, "Crucify him." And we talk about, did they really understand what the Messiah was about? When Jesus came riding in, did they really get it? Do we really get it? I mean, do we really understand what Jesus' purpose was, why he came, why God came? And if we have an expectation of that Jesus ought to respond our way or be our kind of Messiah, then are we yelling Hosanna? Or are we yelling Hoota? I thought that was a good point. What are we claiming about Jesus? Do we really get it? Well, I thought that was kind of a neat illustration. So the next year, there's a lady who gave me a beautiful gift. And at this church, sometimes I wore a robe. That was tradition, and that was okay. But she made me a beautiful stole. It was a purple stole that matches the color of Lent. And on one side of the stole, she had put on it Hosanna. On the other side of the stole, she put on it Hoota. And so every Palm Sunday, I would wear that stole, whether I was wearing a robe or not. I put that stole on just one time a year, and I would come out and share about Hoota, Hoota, or Hosanna. Now, I'm sure Andrew might have thought this was kind of fun when he was younger, but picture this. Every year, once a year, I'm wearing that. Andrew is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he sees that, and he knows I'm going to be talking about Hoota Sunday. 11, 12, all through high school. Well, when Andrew graduated from high school, I thought he earned a gift. And one of the gifts I gave him that stole that says Hosanna and Hoota. So now if Andrew wants, he can wear it and tell that illustration. But it still sticks with me in here. When Jesus comes riding in my life, do I really see Jesus for who he is? Am I yelling Hosanna? Or am I yelling Hoota? Good question. What about you? See you next time on Chaplain Chat.